Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time you're interacting with this presentation. In this presentation, we'll be going through how to write a professional CV. Most of you do apply for jobs, but you never get shortlisted. You find that the job advert and your experience and educational qualifications do match. However, you never get shortlisted. This may be because the way you structured your CV does not match or does not exactly match what is required by the recruiter. So quick, let us go through how to write a professional CV, then you can score that job interview. Let's go. All right, the first thing that you need on your CV is your contact information. This is very important. How will the recruiters get in contact with you if they don't have your contact information? So basically, no one can have a CV without their contact information on it. The first thing that you need to have on your contact information is your physical address. On your physical address, you don't need to have the house number and all that. You will give them that information once they've appointed you. So, for example, if I stay in Soweto, Shawelo, I can write Shawelo, Soweto, 1818. That's all. If you stay in Johannesburg CBD, you can write Johannesburg CBD. That's all. You don't have to write your full physical address. You know, we live in a scary world. You don't know if the job you're applying for is a scam or a real advert. So you don't have to include your full physical address. This must be followed by your email address. And on your email address, make sure that you have spelled it out correctly. You have written it correctly the way it is, because some of you miss your job interviews just because your email address have got some typing errors. After your email address, then comes your mobile number or contact information. In here, make sure, just like with the email address, make sure that you write your number the way it is. You don't make any mistakes. And you must include an alternative number so that in case they don't get you on your number, then they can get you on another number. You know, things happen. I may lose my phone and you find that on that very same day, there are recruiters who are looking for me. Lastly, add your social media handles. On this one, guys, I always advise people, please do not include your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram. That's private. That's for you. Okay, they may search for it, they may look for it, but I always advise to include only LinkedIn because that's the professional social media. Okay, before your personal information, you must write down your professional statement. So this line should be catchy. It must be brief. It must include your experience and your qualification. It must catch their eye. Guys, this is where you get the recruiters to go through your entire CV. If your professional statement doesn't catch their eye, they may decide not to read all the other things which are written on your CV. So make sure you include exactly what is needed by the recruiter. Make sure it sells you. Your professional statement should be able to sell your CV before they can even go through it. Guys, then comes the personal information. This section, guys, it should be brief. I repeat, brief. I repeat, brief. Gone are those days where you will add your nickname, what, all that unnecessary information. It needs to be brief, guys. Only add what you think will be important for the recruiters to know. So, firstly, obviously, you will have your name and surname. You don't have to write it under your personal information if you have it on top, but you can add it, yes, to convince them, yeah, so that they can know which one is your name and which one is your surname. After your name and surname, you can add your birth date, not your ID number, guys. Adding a birth date is important, because sometimes recruiters want to know the age of the person they will be interviewing or employing. So adding a birth date is important. Do not add your ID number. What if you send your CV to a scammer? You don't know what they're going to do with your ID number. So please do not add your ID number or your passport number. After your birth date, add at least 3 languages, at most 3 languages. Don't add 10 languages. I can speak all the 9 South African languages, but I only add maximum 3 languages. I always start off with my home language, yeah, Xitsonga, because that's what I did in my matric year. So start off with your home language. If your home language, according to your matric certificate, is English, write English as your home language. Then you write 2 other languages. I may be applying for a post wherein they stated that, okay, you need to be good in conversational isiZulu. So if I know isiZulu, definitely after adding my home language and English, which is the medium of instruction, then I can add isiZulu. Just add at most 3 languages. They don't need to know that you can speak all 9 South African languages unless if they've stated so. Then on your personal information, you can add your interest or hobbies, as much as it's not that important, but you can add that you like reading. Don't write that you like drinking alcohol, guys, and smoking. No, it's a big no. Add those good stuff. Your professional information, please add your work experience. In this section, you must list only the work experience that is relevant for the job that you are applying for. You may have worked in retail, in education, in engineering, in many different sectors. However, please only list the experience that is relevant for the job that you are applying for. In that relevant work experience, make sure you start with the most recent appointment. And you must include a brief job description under your work experience, and make sure that that job description aligns with what is outlined on the job advert. For each company that you listed, you must have a contactable referee. Don't just say my manager was Hlulani Shilenge, however they cannot contact Hlulani Shilenge. So make sure that the contact details of the referee that you added are working. Then education. So you must start with your most recent qualification, and it should be a bit aligned to what you're applying for. For those with only grade 12 results or grade 10, yeah, 11, grade 9, just list your highest grade. List your highest qualification. If your highest qualification is grade 9, list that grade 9. If your highest qualification is a master's degree, list that master's degree. And include the status of your highest qualification, if you completed it or not. If your highest qualification is grade 10, for example, and you did not complete it, you will write on the status that it's incomplete. If your highest qualification, you listed it as a bachelor's degree, but you have not completed it, you will write that it's incomplete. If you completed it, you will write that it's completed, and also include the year wherein you completed that qualification. Also add your major subjects. So I will start off with those with high school qualifications as their highest qualifications. So if your highest qualification is grade 12, on your major subjects, you will write all the major subjects you were doing in your stream. So you can't just include LO and other unnecessary subjects. Only write the major subjects you were doing, and if those major subjects do align to what you are applying for. If your highest qualification is a bachelor's degree or a diploma, then you will add your major subjects, your final 2 or 3 or 1 major subject from your final year. You don't have to add the other subjects. You may add them if they are important, but you don't have to write each and every module that you did at school. You only list your major subject. I think that's all under education. Yes, include the year and the institution. If it's a high school, add your high school, the year of your matriculation. If it's a university, add the name of that institution, the year you completed, and major subjects. After your education and the skills. So you don't have to write all your skills. You don't have to write that I'm good with cooking, whereas you're not applying for a food service aid job. So list skills which are relevant for what you're applying for. Then comes projects and awards. We get involved in many different projects. So list all the successful projects that you are or you were involved in, and also add your recognitions or awards. If you were the top students for what, include that. If you receive a recognition for being the best employee in the year 2022, you can include that. If you were a head boy or a head girl at your school, if you were a member of the student representative council, all that information, you may include it. Ashley, I'm your girl. If you need help with compiling a CV, you can send me an email. That's my email address, hshileng@gmail.com. And there's my WhatsApp number for a coach. Obviously, I code differently. If you come with your PhD with 10 years, 15 years experience, different skills, obviously your code won't be the same as someone who is from matric with no experience at all. It's going to be different. Thank you guys. I hope what I included here will help you score that job interview. Thank you.